Tonight's veteran fought through the hedgerows of Normandy before he was captured by the Germans in World War II. George McCarthy shares his story with WLBT News Director Dennis Smith.
George McCarthy was a senior in high school when Pearl Harbor was attacked. He was drafted when he was 18.
Shipped over to England in April of '44. Then went into France in late June of '44 and was a replacement in the 90th Infantry Division.
The initial landings at Normandy were over, but McCarthy and the other men still faced grave danger.
You lost people so fast and you got new replacements. You never did really develop a close friendship with very many people. I was very fortunate to get through it. The day in the life of an infantryman during Normandy was you were behind one hedgerow. Your job was to get to the next hedgerow. They were running about every 50 to 100 yards, or sometimes even less, because this was actually fences which were 5 or 6 feet tall and 4 or 5 feet thick that were nothing but turf with trees growing out the top.
The journey through France was grueling and slow-moving.
From the landing beach to the island where I was captured was 22 miles, and it took 52 days to get there. Once we crossed the river and went on to the Sèvres Island, and they closed us off and we couldn't get back across the river. In the battle that we were involved in, which started on the 22nd of July, ended about noon on the 23rd, there were 100 killed, 500 wounded, and 200 of us captured.
He would spend about 8 months as a prisoner.
I was with a group that worked in a factory. Part of the time I shoveled coal. Part of the time I actually worked inside the factory. Then when it came one day, they said, day after tomorrow we're marching out. I started hunting for somebody to take off with me, and I located a boy in another part of the camp. He said, I'll go with you. We'd left on Thursday. Well, by Sunday we were getting hungry, and we finally went up to a German's house and just told him we were hungry, we had to have something to eat. And he took us in, and he told his wife to fix us something to eat.
The German had been an American prisoner during World War I.
And they had let him live out his life, and this was his time to repay it. We were there 2 weeks, and the Americans came through and liberated us.
McCarthy left the Army in 1945. He was called back to active duty in 1950, but did not have to go to Korea. He stayed with the National Guard until he retired in 1979.
The military was good to me.
For the Veterans History Project, Dennis Smith, WLBT News.
Stay with us here.